ignore our maple story.
It's a little sticky, but we'll have to try to move on.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what's going on right now.
Devin does.
So the short story is, don't do what you've seen in movies. That's
Yes.
Oh my
I've
goodness.
seen many things in movies, my friend.
if you've ever seen a fictional person do it, don't do it. So breathing, eating, drinking,
Tax evasion.
don't do any of them.
Tax evasion. Damn, I was really
Hello,
working on that tax
everyone,
evasion
and
one.
welcome
One of
to
us
Breaking
gives real
Character.
advice.
We are the cast and crew of Breaking Character. Welcome to Wednesday, everyone. We are going to hopefully get through this night without too much trouble, but I think we have a lot of anxiety and stress to get through, so I'm sure we're just going to be fumbling around as much as possible.
I mean, just look at the beginning.
Right? Yeah.
I'm doing great.
Smoother
How are
than
you guys
last
doing?
week, for the record.
We're good to go.
I highly doubt that. I highly doubt it. But sure. Welcome
Streamlined.
everyone. Let's start off by meeting our players and getting to know a little bit about the characters. If you have not been tuning in, why not? If you have, you should know by now who they are. But let's find out. Brett, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Just Brett. I play our paladin fighter. His name is Boston Jones. And apparently the makeshift dysfunctional leader of this group. And as always, thank you for having me.
You put the
Awesome.
fun in dysfunction, my friend.
You sound like my father.
I could be.
Oh, wow.
Bloodlust, please.
Hello, I am Bloodless King. Sorry I don't have camera today. It's slightly on the fritz. Again, still. I am playing Fenrana Etsith. They are our bard, technically, though not doing a whole bunch of bard stuff recently. More politician stuff. Oddly.
That's like a form of acting.
There we go, right? And they're just very, very concerned, very concerned. Also small children. They have found small children.
Darkness.
I am Ramita Thornstep, but everyone just calls me Granny. I am the old lady that somehow is the most immature.
Most old
And
ladies.
darkness, in case I missed that part. I'm out of it today.
That's fine.
And I'm ready to... Ramita is ready for the next part. She was disappointed in the fight because that guy got away.
Nice.
The one that got away.
Rev.
You can't make me. I don't know anything.
Okay.
I'm Rev, and I will be playing Baldric, the Warforged Butler rogue. And yeah, no, super excited to jump into this. He's got a lot to work on. We've gotten some of the kids back, but not enough, so we got to keep pushing to get the rest.
And Tony.
Hi, I play Nash. The always eating, always, heart is in the right place, head is maybe in the clouds. Half-orc barbarian, who apparently has been deemed the heart of the crew. For better or worse, it's fine. That heart has cholesterol problems. It's okay. So, yeah. And we're having a good time. It's gonna be great. Everything's gonna be great.
Awesome. In case anybody is curious, we had a behind-the-scenes player voting of where each player character sits, and we're talking about maybe opening it up to the viewers and see what their votes are. So be looking out for that for sure. Anyways, we're going to jump in right to it and see where we picked up from last week, which was the end of our very first dungeon crawl. The adventurers found themselves in an old, stuffy, musty, mildewy elementary school that had been abandoned for quite some time, or at least thought to have been abandoned. Made their way through the halls, made it past a trap, a robot hall monitor of some sorts, and then through a puzzle that was roughly easily bypassed. And then they encountered their very first group of cultist fighters. Knocked pretty much every single one out except for two, one that had gotten away. And one that is sitting...
Three.
I'm sorry?
Wait, yeah. There were
Yeah,
two
two
that
were
we
gone.
left conscious and one ran away.
Two, right. Two, okay, yes. Three were, one of them is sitting in a, probably a rickety, rusty chair that may or not fall apart. And, we have the Boston and I think Ramita in the interrogation of them. Baldric had already opened the back doors to allow for the police to come in, and Fenrana and Nash were dealing with the children in the pod center that were wakened and pulled out of their little former tubes. And that is where we left them.
Just on the floor there, out of the tubes. Anyway.
They're just really proud of it.
Just drag them out.
The siblings were reunited, for the record.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
Yes,
On the floor.
They were allowed
Was it
to
like-
waken and crawl out.
Like Bobby Jean and Thornberry or
Billy
something?
Bob and Sally.
Yeah.
Did we even make, like, was it noted that they're dressed or anything? Like, what are these pods? Like, what's the material they're made of?
So the pods themselves are these metal mechanic tables, as it were, with stands. There were tubes going in and out and up to the center, and where the children were lying in this kind of bed. And then there was a glass or clear covering that went over top of them. And when the correct sequence of numbers, letters, symbols were entered, which Fenrana was able to decipher, the case opened up, expressing some pressurized air, and then revealing the kids. And after a few moments, were awakened on their own. Whatever system was keeping them in a stasis dissipated, and they were to wake up on their own.
Okay.
Meanwhile, in the other room, after the aftermath of the fight, we have a grown adult cultist sitting, getting questions asked by Boston and Ramita. What questions would you like to interrogate this semi-adult, possibly previous
Potentially adult.
As a point of order, I did shoot this guy in the kneecap and then heal it, so he's a little more willing to talk. Hopefully,
Now that you've
You
been
passed
kneecapped
your-
and bandaged.
child? You passed your persuasion check, so
did. How old are you?
old enough.
Listen, you're either going to jail or we're gonna kill you right here, right now.
Okay. You're gonna kill me anyways.
Ramita. The fuck? We can cut you a deal if you help us. Otherwise, there are going to be people that are going to interrogate you that aren't going to be as friendly as we are. I ain't trying to pull a good cop, bad cop shit. Someone who's been to prison. Let's take it from someone who's been to prison and knows how scary that can be.
What do you want to know?
Were you a kid a couple months ago? Where's the rest of them? All of it.
Where'd that one asshole go?
Any local hideouts nearby that they might have snuck off to you?
Nah, I don't know where he went. I assume he was still here, but I don't know where he went off to. They told us to sit and wait. We were all gonna go somewhere. They didn't tell us where. Said we were gonna move on up the ranks and serve a higher purpose, and I don't know. Figure it was a
Is
sweet
they-
deal. What's up?
Is they like the group of people, or is it the person, the mage that was part of your group that ran away?
Well, Scully was kind of orchestrating most of this. He just he told us what to do, where to go. Said that there were others that were waiting for us. We were gonna join the rest of them soon, but
Were they gonna come here?
no, we were gonna go somewhere else. He said he was gonna take us all there, but needed to get the final word from his boss, I guess. I think he called him. I don't know. I don't know what he. I heard one time he was talking about animator, but I don't know what the hell he was talking about.
Animator?
Animator, like
cartoons?
I think. I don't know.
I don't suppose you guys got sim chips on you, do you? Did he ever reach to you by sim chip, or do you guys have those weirdly removed or whatever?
No, I don't. You mean the scanner things in your arm?
Sure.
No, I didn't get one of those. I was waiting. They told us we'd get one of those. I thought they were pretty cool.
Those are standard issue. I got mine when I was 6.
No. Bro, no. The standard lore is that kids don't get them until they're 12.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, it's not implemented until or implanted until they're 16 or 18.
Boston's a specific exception considering who he was. He also could be lying. They don't know. Hold
Should
on.
we just scan their whole body? Just
I mean, I don't got the tech for that, but if they didn't have one, how long you been part of this group?
Couple of weeks, maybe month or so. Maybe a couple months. I don't know. Time is weird.
What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
Andrew.
Andrew. I'm Boston. This is Ramita. Ignore her if she seems a little bitchy. Someone that she was trying to kill ran away. It happens.
kill. He needs to tell us where everyone else is.
Well, apparently the one that got away was Scully, and he seems to be the boss, so...
So Scully is he's on my list.
Your bucket list, or
I mean, I guess you can call that. There's a list of people that I really want to fight,
Sure, sure.
but there's a difference. There's the ones I want to hurt, and the ones that I just want to know their strength.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Anyway.
What are the kids' names that you were doing this with?
Huh?
Like, what are the
Doing-
other names of the kids around us?
Oh, I mean, some of them have been around for a little bit. That one there's David. That one there's. And he rambles off a bunch of names. Of all the people who are unconscious around you.
By the way, Boston would go around as they're talking and giving 1 HP to each of them as the police are coming in, so they're not having to carry around unconscious bodies. How many bodies were there?
7.
7.
Well, I mean, 7 people that total came after you guys.
I do not have enough flying hands to do that because I use that to heal. I can bring 3 of them up to conscious.
You did non-lethal, so even as unconscious, they'll be fine.
Okay, then I won't do it. Actually, I'll look at Ramita. How is Ramita looking, HP wise? Does she look bruised or anything like that?
Ramita, how are you doing?
I honestly do not remember. I think I got hit, but I think it was only 10 damage, if anything.
Yeah, I think you got minimal.
Yeah, because I wasn't able to get onto D&D Beyond, and so I wasn't able to write it down.
Gotcha. I'll give her my last 3 lay on hands while we're just sitting here. So just
Check out.
close up anyways, but there's still probably major bruising.
Alright. At that point, we will cut to interior with Nash and Fenrana. You have a
Yes.
sprightly little boy with reddish brown hair and a younger girl with black curly hair.
How'd you guys, Billy John, how'd you guys get in here?
They brought us here.
Scully and his lot, yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
they said there would be food. Lots of food.
Nash will sort of look around the room. I'm not seeing it.
But we ate it.
You already ate what they gave you.
We ate, yeah, it was a lot. Made us
And-
sleepy though.
You ate it and it made you sleepy. Was it turkey?
There was some turkey, yeah. And hash browns and tater tots, and they list a whole bunch of random foods that are slightly microwavable, but also
Barbie.
Cheap.
Mm-hmm.
hot dogs and meatballs and
Did you fall asleep
you-
at the table?
no. They gave us beds. I think.
And then you
How
woke
many
up in a
We're
tube.
here.
They
How many other children?
They said there would be more coming. We were the first. We got here early. They said.
How did you know to come here? Who brought you here other than them? What?
There was this bus. Yeah, and I'm telling the story. There was a bus, and it didn't have any wheels, and it glowed, and they said that we could get some more food if we wanted. So we got on the bus.
Did it have a hole in the top?
In the roof?
Yes. Was the roof in one piece, or was part of it ripped off?
It was it was there. There was a roof. It looked a little trashy.
Trashy?
It was yeah, they said that they had to repair it. The little girl like picking her nose.
Hmm. Where did they pick you up from?
Where we were playing hopscotch in the street.
Do you know your address?
No.
Do
What's
you
an
know
address?
where you live?
I can point you to where it is, yeah.
That would be most helpful. However, we're going to have to wait for the police to get here because these.
At that moment, Baldric, you have Tobias and JP and Deputy Edward approach you with a few others coming up around the rear.
Oh, officers. You may meet us down this hallway. We have subdued a number of the individuals involved here. And as I understand, we've recovered a couple of the missing children. We have 2 individuals that are conscious and, I believe, talking.
Very good. JP ushers everyone in and says, "Go on, pull the guys. Gather them up. We're gonna take them in. Be careful, be gentle." Tobias approaches you, Baldric. And how far are the culprits?
We are not sure. There were not as many here as we expected. And one of them was able to get away through means of teleportation. So we were not able to track him.
See, do you know which one, who it was? Were you able to identify?
Would I have gotten... Actually, yeah, would I have gotten a good enough look that I could project an image of him?
I don't think you did.
Hmm.
I think when you didn't identify, it was very vague. You got to see some markings on the arms, but you were unable to get a good...
There. Unfortunately, no. This individual was rather quick, and I was not able to get a good lock.
I see. Well, good show. And he pats you on the shoulder, and he rushes in by you. Do you all convene into the hallway, or?
With the kids. Boston will not so gently explain what's actually going on.
Okay.
Ben and them
feel
were
like-
definitely going.
Oh, go ahead.
Fen was gonna wait until Fen was gonna definitely wait until all the rest of the people were taken away by the cops. That way, it was less of a traumatic for the kids.
It's the guy that he shot in the knee.
Yeah, but some physical pain is better. Sorry, but is better than like the mental pain that you were literally kidnapped off the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nash would have been explaining to them that they were bad strangers. Probably very high, very like simple, and I feel like that would have been a good probably jumping point.
Yeah.
The "don't trust me" speech.
No, not that he's gotten better since the "don't trust me" speech.
Don't trust me.
He's upgraded to "don't trust a hoe."
Don't trust
sorry.
strangers.
Don't trust a bald man with tattoos offering you free food out of a van. Specifically.
Yeah.
Which is still don't trust
Don't
him.
know in vans. Let's go with that one, Nash.
Okay,
Ranger
so
danger.
officers are awakening individuals and the ones that they can get to walk. They have them move on their own accord out the hallway, and the ones that are completely passed out, they're
Unconscious.
carrying. Yeah, completely. They're carrying them out. So as the last of them leave, Tobias is in the hallway. Do the children come? Fenrana, do you escort the children out into the hallway as the last of them the officers leave?
As long as Fen knows about it, yeah, they'll start trying to like get them kind of ushered out. That way we can try and get them to their homes.
Yeah. At this point, as the last of them are being escorted out, and this includes the one that you were talking to, Boston.
Mhm.
He's picked up by the shoulders and escorted out. Baldric, roll me an intelligence check.
Another one. 12.
As you return into the hallway following Tobias, and you see the children coming into the hallway with Fenrana and Nash, you recognize them. You recognize these children as belonging to the individual who had kidnapped you while on the stakeout.
Oh. I actually, I know these children.
Look, it's the funny man with the hat! The little girl goes and runs up to you.
These children are among the family that took me while we were investigating.
These children are the ones that got the drop on you?
Well, I think it may have been their parents that were active in the taking of me, but yes.
Sorry.
Well, Baldric got taken out by kids.
I mean, to be fair, you look like a kid until you start coming at people with a sledgehammer. To be fair.
That is true.
I mean, I am a little wrinklier.
Little.
Just barely.
So perhaps that means we have an idea where they're operating, or at the very least picking up children randomly off the side of the road. That being said, I do now know that the parents of these children are most definitely not to be trusted with actual children.
I mean,
I
the kids were just like hanging out in a safe area and got scooped. That's not.
Well, I mean, the area that we were doing our little investigation, it was like a broken down like factory area. Like,
Also, anybody that
Playing
is
out there.
actively involved in kidnapping
Yeah.
probably shouldn't have children.
I used to
Yeah.
sometimes drop my kids off down in alleys and tell them to find their way back home.
God.
isn't that the story of Homeward Bound 2?
Oh no.
They needed to learn their way and
Mhm.
strength and how to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Peter dear, I do not believe that's right. Problems for later. This does mean we have a somewhat idea of where they picked up these children, which doesn't narrow it down at all because we've already cased there.
I mean, we didn't actually go into the factory. They might still have some stuff there, but I doubt they'd go back to see the crime again now that we've taken out their second base of operations, or one of them.
We've also just led a raid upon the would-be hideout. And they put time into this one. If the access doors and puzzles were not a dead giveaway. I'm gonna turn over to Boston. Did you get any information of...
So the guy that vanished doing some magic stuff, his name was Scully. I think we ran into him before at the...
We have a video of him.
Yeah, and Nash, you said you found someone that was bald and had skull tattoos, right? On the bus?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I heard his elbow at minimum. Might have got a kidney too.
There. But so apparently he's the lead. He's one of the lieutenants of the operation. Apparently they're working for someone called the Animator. Which,
Animator.
weird, but everyone's got weird code names and gangs like this.
Was there anyone with like weird abilities that were part of the prison break that we know of?
We haven't gotten any information like that other than they were a part of the cult. We can most definitely ask Tobias as well as the sheriff.
We should do that, and also Nash, your contact that's like still in prison or knows people. See if you can reach out and like if anyone had an interesting name.
That's too broad of a search, especially in prison.
The guy's name is Spider.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
if anyone
Nash,
had a name near
Austin.
Animator. I feel like if they got the name Animator in prison, like that's a fucking weird name to have there.
I mean, the Rec Rooms are pretty cool.
I mean, there's a likelihood that if they had this name in prison and are a big, bad, terrible person, that it's on the record somewhere.
Okay. I don't know how that crap works.
I mean,
Guards would definitely take note of names they call in other inmates.
right? You get in trouble, paperwork happens.
Yeah.
Paperwork makes a paper trail.
Sure.
That's why the best way to
And
get
if
in
there's-
and out without anyone remembering you existed is to,
Don't stick your nose in other people's business.
keep your head down. Yeah.
So we hope this one got in trouble and we have a little bit of a paper trail to follow. Or it is
I think we should just go look
it is
at
a
the skull.
nickname related to a power that he has out here, which leads to some uninviting ideas, especially when
Ben.
related to religious connotations and cults.
Benrana. You're up here again, with the rest of us are way down here. Let's just focus on trying to find Scully.
No, but
Yes.
Sorry.
so
Nash is up here.
wait. Fen, did I? Okay. Do you mean? Okay. So, I have an idea, and what if?
Yes.
What if there's somebody with animating type powers that has a grudge against the church for some reason? Because it seems like they're angling for that. Boston, you want to check with Tobias and see if there's somebody that's got an axe to grind that maybe got kicked out?
You can't get kicked out of the church. It's really, really hard. I mean, I made it in.
Just because it's hard doesn't mean you can't. Kidnapping children and turning them into child soldiers would probably do it.
True.
Or starting a cult leading to the ostracization of the religion itself.
I mean,
What was that professor's name that was like studying this stuff?
I'll see if it was said.
They were talking about reversing aging, right?
Not reversing
Uh-huh.
aging. It's more of... how to explain it?
I'm gonna go look for Tobias as they're having this conversation.
Hey, does anyone want to set a trap with me being the bait? Like, dress me up as a kid, put me in the middle of an alley, and set a trap for whoever's kidnapping them?
I do not believe that would go terribly well at this point.
I do believe they would recognize you.
I mean,
I
they have
have a
done
way
it
of-
before.
I have a way of preventing her from being recognized, and we can track her movement.
Also, just had a lot of tape and a wig and,
There is technically
Different
magical
clothes?
means to where I could make you look like a child, especially with your height. However, again, maybe not sending one of our own into the jaws of the dragon, as it were.
Well, I'm not saying like send us into me into the jaws. I'm saying like just put me out on the street until they bring the magic school bus around, and then we jump them.
Well, the problem is that bus can move like that, and Ramita, they have kidnapped you before, and we can't track you inside the bus. It gets all complicated.
And I did mess up the bus. Like we've done this before.
Just this time it would be on purpose, and I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, we can try it. Wait, I'm going to Tobias. Ignore everything I'm saying. I'm out.
Now, we've done this method before. You got kidnapped. I jumped the bus.
Yeah, but I got kidnapped just because I jumped on the bus. Like, I'm saying let's have them kind of approach me this time and do what they did with the other kids where they kind of like talk to them first. Because
subterfuge is not exactly your strong suit.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
At this point, Boston, you find Tobias outside with the kids, talking with them and consoling or counseling or doing his thing, making sure that they're fine and getting information from them.
Could I borrow you for a minute?
He looks up. Yes, sure. You guys go with Edward here, and the scraggly, thin deputy comes up. It's like, yep, I'll take good care of you guys. We're gonna have some pizza, and the kids are like, yay! And then he walks off. Tobias looks at you. Yes. What can I do for you?
So, the person that ran off, his name was Scully. Or Skull.
I see.
Same tattoo, seems to be not the actual leader, but like a lieutenant.
And you think he is the one behind all of this?
No, I think that he's middle management at best. Apparently there's someone known as the Animator. That is the head honcho, whoever Scully is answering to. But Scully couldn't have gotten that far unless they parked that teleporting bus somewhere nearby. I didn't get a general description of him, but he'll point to Ramita. She got real close and personal, and points to Nash. My deputy also has had an encounter with him. If we can get a description out there, kind of spread the word, probably would make it much harder for him to go unnoticed.
I see. Yeah, we can definitely put out notices and warrants for his arrest. Without knowing where they may have gone to, it's a little difficult how far we should put out those notices, but I assure you we will make sure that as much of Vorak knows about their intentions as possible. You did good.
Do you know anyone that would have an axe to grind that would be known as an animator?
No. That does not ring any... I am unaware of anyone by that name.
Okay.
But hopefully this will be the end of the Creed of the Dawn. We are absolutely indebted to you. This is amazing work.
Not quite. We're missing about 24 kids. And I think
24?
he's gonna point to the tubes. They come in large batches. We did go to one of their sermons. They had about 8 kids there, maybe a bit more.
8. So this would be them, would it not?
He's gonna point to the guys that the cops are taking out. I think those are the kids.
You think what?
I think that some of those guys, those grunts that we were roughing up a little bit, genetically engineered adult soldiers. This group is turning kids into warriors. Or some shit. I don't know
see.
what, but... stuff. Apologies, Father.
Understood. Yes. I will have Sheriff JB look into that. We will have to do some research, get some information of any missing children I've gone in the past. How long do you think they've?
A few months, apparently. But one kid, he's gonna give the description of Trixie. We met her 2 days ago, and then we met her yesterday, or one of us met her yesterday, and she was much bigger.
I see.
They work fast.
Understood. All right. I will give the information to JP, and we'll see what we can to help them. I think we may have to work with them directly, individually, to help counsel them through this untimely growth.
Do you know any sort of magic that could reverse the effects or anything like that? If there's a spell that could do that or anything like that?
If there is any information, I believe that would be in Auroran. We would have to take counsel with the observers in Auroran to find out more of that information. Otherwise, no, this is unprecedented. They've not heard of anything growing or increasing aging to any level of this degree, for sure. Yeah. And with that, he nods, and if there's anything else, I will, you know how to contact me.
Yes, Father. Thank you for your time. And he'll join the rest of the group. Actually, he's gonna actually, Nash, we actually have to, he's gonna look for, not the person who's in charge, but like a second in command, because I'm sure there's some sort of thing that they have to do as like technical deputies, like as the cowboys, they probably have to give reports. He'll explain to Nash how that works, because going around carrying, dangerous weapons probably has consequences via paperwork.
Will I need to see my weapons?
I mean, did you use them in the fight?
Yeah.
Just give a brief synopsis of what you did. I'm gonna have more people because I actually had to shoot a gun.
I just used the flat of my axe.
I mean, that's fine. They just say you used an instrument to knock him out with. Just get creative with it.
Okay.
Because no one died. It's a little easier to clean up the mess.
I mean,
Nash, you receive a file via text, email, and it's quite big. There's at least 9 pages to it.
from Boston or from
Boston, that he forwards to you from his office.
I have to read this now.
No. We have to fill it out later. I'm just giving it to you now so I don't forget.
Okay.
Nobody really reads it. You just click the little thing at the bottom says you read it.
I
So
have been fooled by that before.
So basically what this is, and he's gonna explain, like, typical paperwork involving this sort of thing. What happened? How many bodies were there? Were there any casualties? Things like that. All that sort of thing. What happened? How many? This way they can decide how much our fee should be.
I mean,
The more accurate these are, the better chance we'll get of getting more cash. Especially since no one died.
does a sentry robot count as a casualty?
No, but you should write that down because, I mean, unless it's insured, we should be fine. And I don't think it's insured.
Even if it were to be insured, it was operating very illegally.
That is true.
So are we suggesting that inanimate life is not life, then?
No, we are
It
not.
seems counter to a previous conversation we've had.
We are not. We are putting it as. How should I put this?
That
I
was
don't
built in a Radio
think this
Shack.
was really
We built with
animated
the
life.
Yeah.
No,
That was-
it does not. It does not seem to have a personality nor any function beyond sentry duty.
Hey, Rick, that was something you get at Radio Shack. You are something that was built with purpose and have been given things that make you a real person.
Built with
I'm
love.
certainly aware. I just enjoy messing with you.
Oh, I'm fully aware and you're an asshole for it.
It's time for Rick to get his tattoo.
Anytime
We
Rick
are going
laughs,
to etch him. It's fine.
every time Rick laughs from now on, it is just the most exaggerated jaw movement. They're like,
Love it.
I don't hate it, but it'd probably be funny if I was drunk.
It is mildly disconcerting, but also very endearing. Anyway, we should most definitely make our way out of here.
Should we
To-
search it a little deeper, though? See if we can find out any clues?
I mean, I can go into the system around the sleeping pods if we so choose to do that.
They got people on the police force. Just tell them to give you all the reports they do. We don't want to mess up anything and then tamper with the investigation. I mean,
Precisely.
you can if you
If
want.
they
to.
mess
I mean,
something up, if they mess something up, I get to throw a fit at them and rain the fury of my government on top of their head. If I mess it up, it's a whole other story.
You get scolded, and I feel like you're the kind of person that doesn't like being scolded.
I can see her crying if she
Yeah.
gets scolded. Or them, sorry.
That is rather base and completely unfounded.
Sure.
Is that a tear now? Is that
I feel like that's a tear. Maybe it's some sweat, but sweat ducks, eye ducks, same thing. And
Go look at the
fingers.
computers now. Goodbye.
also Rick? For operational understanding, can you do a somersault?
What?
and like, real quick, just gonna attempt it. No verbal answer. An 18 for
Well-
acrobatics.
How effective
you
is
definitely did
Rick's
a
joints? Like,
You did a very simple, very basic black backflip. It was not too.
It's for the record. He
It's
did
not-
ask
It's not
for,
artistic. It's
He-
technical.
He asked
Yes.
for a somersault, which is like a forward roll, right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You all just got Rick rolled.
No.
Dash, run.
Dash run.
I do feel it's important that I let everybody know. I will never give you up, and I will attempt to never let you down.
I mean, unless it's Ramita, then you hope it doesn't hurt her at least.
At this point, Boston,
Yeah.
Tobias comes over to you and with this very questionable, inquisitive look, go, Danielle went with you, right?
Yeah, she's in our vehicle out front. She's still here, isn't she?
I checked.
He was locked inside of our
Nope.
car.
I see her anywhere.
Rick?
Is the car unlocked?
No, it's not.
It would have been like we did lock it.
Check your camera you have, Rick, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, Tesla Sentry mode. Gonna activate that.
Shouldn't have warned you if the car doors were unlocked or anything.
Or if something was damaged.
Should've.
The car alarm was going off.
The teleportation.
Rick,
Well,
I don't
let's
think it
not
protects
put a
against
car.
teleportation.
What?
Is my car where I left it? Did that guy teleport into my car? I will kill someone.
Well, Scully just forfeited his life.
Rick buys a
Get in line.
Mercedes and
Your car is where it is, where you left it. You see inside the lights of the other cop vehicles and everyone walking around through the windows and whatnot. So it is very much within the vicinity, but it is also very much empty.
Are the cameras always running? Like, can we have feedback?
Yeah, can I play it back to when the person left?
You can. Going back towards the last time you checked, assuming you left it running, you noticed
and I'm just gonna project all this as I see it.
Okay. You notice there is Danielle sitting in the back seat, hands folded, and about, we'll say, 3 minutes after the time of the last time you checked on them, she opens door, gets out, and shuts the door and runs off.
Well, to be fair, this just seems like the behavior of someone who's scared to be back in the vicinity of the cult that they recently escaped.
That was like less than
think
10 minutes ago, right then, GM?
Unfortunately,
Nash,
there's a lot of things leaning up against her, like the fact that there are not a lot of people here.
Rick, get the cop. We're gonna go find her.
Yeah.
Anyone good at tracking?
That's a good question. One sec.
actually, I'm pretty good at tracking people down. I'm pretty good at, finding people.
If I got it, I can.
Okay.
Nash, you want to go on foot? We take the car?
I'm good at looking for things, if that helps.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a second.
Sure. Fan, you'll take care of the rest of the stuff for the cops? I'm sure you got shit to do and all that jazz.
Yeah, unfortunately, lots of paperwork.
We'll keep you updated on where we go.
Yeah.
Nash,
Thanks, Rick. Yeah.
Nash is gonna take about a minute, and sit in the car, where this lady was sitting, and just sort of sit right there in that spot, eyes closed for a second.
Okay.
before tracking.
Not even a little bit being creepy.
I don't know what he's doing, but I'm just going to give him a splash of guidance. we do some weird shit. Like, Boston isn't going to say, like, anything. He's just going to, like, sure.
Okay.
Nash, go find this girl. Let me just smell where she's been.
For the record, I thought about doing that, and I specifically avoided it.
I mean, you can grow a tail and claws. You're basically like Sabretooth from X-Men.
I love it.
And by a splash, you get this little psh of water in your face from Boston's flask.
Oh, it's just the guidance spell. I'm not splashing actual water on him.
It's guidance water.
Okay.
I just now have this
feeling like
vision
little
in my
pea
head that
water.
every time he's guidance somebody, he just got a squirt bottle.
He's got like a little clown flower in his pocket. Just squeeze.
I'm just kind of imagining like
Holy
him
water.
dumping a little bit of water in his hand, just like
It's not water if it's coming out of his flask. It's probably whiskey. He's been
Holy
sprinkling
whiskey.
you all with whiskey as he's just...
That's guidance.
Ramita
for
just has her
Ramita,
mouth
We all just smell like booze.
why waste whiskey?
I mean, if the person doesn't want it, it burns their eyes. So, I mean...
What are you doing, Nash?
Nash is going to use a survival check to track.
Okay.
That's actually what's mechanically going on here.
Okay.
But yeah, that's so. And this is.
But you do get that
plus
D4.
That D4. Yep. I'm about to roll it. So that's 19 to track.
Nice.
Ooh. Okay. So you do notice. Are you using your sense of smell or sight or?
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna use all of them. It's not like one over the other.
Okay.
There's a little bit of a mixture of method acting, scent, and then there's also, I feel like a tech component of this, but I don't know what that would be. Right.
As far as tech goes, there wouldn't be much because, as a child that had accelerated their aging, they did not get chips. So
what about? I don't know if this would work, but I'm actually stealing this from an old Star Wars book, but
Let's go.
But basically searching for voids, effectively, right? Like most people would have some sort of a kickback on machinery in them, but the ones to anyway. This I don't know how he would actually do this.
I think
but
I know what you're talking about. This would not be something that would be within his capability.
Okay. So yeah, he's
that
just
would
gonna
be
use
a much more higher tech. Right now, we're just gonna go with the sense of smell,
his
because
classic
visually, there's really not much. There would have been tracks in the dirt, but the police have definitely scattered that about. So
Sorry, go ahead.
you catch a scent of the person you held earlier go off in a definitive direction.
We're on lilacs and gooseberries.
I feel like they're there's probably children are not the most careful in things, so there may be some visual clues as well. But yeah, he's gonna take off in that direction. He's got his tracker on this time, so they should
Rev,
be good.
what were you?
We established that hacking uses thieves' tools.
Yes.
Oh, actually, I may have a solution.
I mean, he's gone, but I'm still with you. What you
Yeah.
plan?
Surely some of the buildings around would have some sort of security cameras. I might be able to just follow her through those.
I mean, go for it. I'll take the heat if you get caught. I'll just take a duct off my share of the pay.
Let me know if there needs to be any small area to get into, because I'm staying away from Nash because I know I don't smell the greatest and I don't want to ruin the scent.
Is no one staying with Fen?
No, Fen is alone with the cops.
They're fine.
Apparently, Ben was left alone while
I thought
everybody
Ramita stayed with. I thought Ramita stayed with Fen. But if that was the case, keep me updated. I'll make sure that Greenie doesn't have a panic attack dealing with all these strangers.
So
keep me in the loop.
They know how to be
Boston is staying with Fenrana. Ramita is going with Baldric.
I guess
with
so.
Rick or with because Rick's just going to find the closest place to jack in and start accessing cameras.
Right. Nash has already gone.
Okay.
So the ones I've left are Fenrana, Ramita, Boston, and Rick. Rick, you find a nearby what would be like a breaker box to one of the other buildings that's not quite so run down. It is of disuse, but it's recently disused. There is a for lease sign out front. So you can go in and hack into that.
All right, I am rolling. That was almost a nat 20, but that's a 16.
That's what you needed. So you were able to go into the systems and with your tools able to find a security cam outlet and find all of the active security cams in the area, which are not many.
Stretch was just redeemed.
I needed to stretch.
Oof,
I didn't want to look
stretch.
weird. Scorpion's gonna stretch.
My body's
for
cracking.
It's cheating when they come from inside the house.
I'll bill you the 400 points.
Didn't you grant the
Hold on,
DM
thank you.
advantage?
No, I granted you advantage.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I got inspiration. Somebody gave me inspiration.
I think my wife gave you inspiration.
Rich.
Which
No,
shows
no.
her loyalty, by the way, but it's fine.
No. So shall we review what that was? Because your wife gave me inspiration.
Ah,
I felt guilty after the third natural one.
Someone did, in fact, give the DM inspiration, and I'm pretty sure it was one of us.
Yes.
Somebody.
Um,
Because I was rolling.
wife corrected me. Thank you, wife.
I think Blood just admitted to giving.
Yes, blood did. That was blood. That was.
Go ahead, keep speaking in third person like we don't know it's you.
Chat thinks it was Rim.
Chat think it was Rim.
Chat?
Blood, you don't know what you're talking about, all right?
Okay.
Chat has
Well,
spoken.
I am fine with it being Ramita.
To
Let's
be
go.
fair, my wife has spent time with blood, so they might just trying to vouch for their friend. To be fair.
Don't ruin this
Nope.
for me.
For the record, the only thing Ramita gives people are black eyes and candies.
Lots
It was
of candies.
part of the candy.
Also, I want to like stock up on those strawberry candies soon.
They're so yummy.
I do those too.
So, we have Nash on foot. The scent is faint, but it is getting stronger in the direction you're headed. And you notice that the direction you're headed is... Actually, do you have a sense of direction that can be seen without like a compass or anything? Is it a nature
What does
check?
that mean?
I think a nature check. Do you have a nature...
So I was using survival, because that's normally
Okay,
what I've
survival.
used for tracking. That's what I
fine.
originally rolled, but I can roll again
Okay.
if you want.
No, it's fine. So the direction you're headed seems to be in the direction of the town. Of where you came from, where the hotels are, where you initially found the church and the deli and all of that. So a little more city urban area. It would take some time to get there, but you are on the scent.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna keep going.
Are you going to be keeping us updated?
He's got his tracker on, so you guys can actually watch his progress.
Which is what I was going to say. I'm going to follow like his progress, and like wherever he's at, I'm going to find the closest camera and like branch from there and just continually update until I spot her.
Okay. You see her through a couple of cams as she is going off in the direction of the town. The cameras do start to increase in number of accessibility. However, the angle of which she's at is usually pretty far. I need both of you roll a second check for me.
Does it look like while I'm rolling this, does it look like she's like intentionally going somewhere specific or hiding from the cameras?
She's not hiding from the cameras, but she does have a specific direction that she's intent on.
I rolled a 13, and then it automatically did it again, so ignore my second roll.
I also
Okay.
rolled a 13.
Okay. At one point, she disappears. She makes it down an alley, goes down to the corner, makes a right down a one-way street, and the cameras, when you jump to the next one, you don't see her. There are several vehicles that are in the vicinity, and they do move in different directions. You suspect she may have gotten into one of them, but you're not sure which one.
Alright, so I'm gonna call out the last location and relay all that information that I have.
Okay. And Nash, if and when you get to that point, you do notice that the trail goes a little cold. Her scent is very strong at one point, and then suddenly it gets overpowered by other vehicles and the area of which it is, which there is a nearby bakery, there's a nearby power plant, there's all kinds of different noxious smells in the area that kind of make it harder, and then suddenly her scent is gone.
I mean, would he have gotten a message from Rick about the getting in cars and that sort of stuff? Would that have been
Considering that you're on foot, it would have come up sooner before you reached the area, because you wouldn't have gotten there that quickly.
Then yeah, he's gonna try and investigate the area and figure out if Rick includes that he thinks that they got in cars. He's gonna focus in on that.
Okay. In the immediate vicinity, there are several parked cars, as well as one parked hover car. And then there's the occasional vehicle that goes by. It is not hugely busy, but it is also not a dead area. There are vehicles going back and forth. One of them will come down and make a U-turn like they're a lost visitor. A few others will go by intently, and so it's not a hugely busy area, but it is also there are vehicles going back and forth.
I mean, he'll do a quick check of the static vehicles in the area, so the ones that aren't moving.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you want me to roll for that or not.
No. There's 3 of them. There's one that is a hovercraft. It looks maybe not as pimped out as Rick's vehicle, but it is a nicer model. And there is one that is, it looks to be like it just got there, and it might be not staying for very long. And another one that is on its wheels is kind of beat up, rusty in areas, especially around the rims of the tires and whatnot. Maybe one of the windows has a little crack going up it. And then there's another one, and it's got a one of those tire locks to keep it from going anywhere, and then the back tire is flat.
Okay. He'll also, like, I don't have a non-weird way to say this, but jiggle the trunks just to make sure that one of them isn't like being held shut, because that would be a good place to stash yourself in that scenario.
Which ones are you going to check? Because they each have a different DC.
Well, like I said, he's not trying to like lockpick them. He's literally just wiggling them to see if they're actually unlatched.
Okay. The one I do need you to roll for the hover vehicle, but for the other 2, the one on with the tire lock. The latch, the trunk comes up open and it's empty completely. Absolutely.
Okay.
The other tired one, it's a little hard. It's not actually going to pop up.
What do you want me to roll? Because he's not, like I said, he's not forcing these.
Right. It's more of I don't want to do like a sneak. But it is mostly to see if the owner catches you while you're doing it.
Sleight of hand, then.
So yeah.
Okay.
Because it is a vehicle that it's one of those vehicles that you can tell that it just got there. You know, the engine is, cooling.
Oh, it's still on. The vehicle's still on.
Is
like
someone
the person's
it's
just
off.
like.
Okay.
It's off. It's off. But somebody recently got there. So it's.
Are you relaying
not
this
over-
information as you find it?
Sporadically, I think so, yeah. He's a little bit more focused on what's right in front of him than about getting information back to you guys. But yeah, in chunks when he can.
You're right back.
Rick will ask if you can for identifying, the license tags or whatever for the nicer vehicle, the one that seems to have only recently been there, because that sort of stands out to him.
Yeah. And for a sleight of hand, that's going to be a 19, by the way.
So you're able to mosey on around and just kind of, and just jiggle it, and then nothing happens. So you kind of walk away, and no one's any of the wiser that you were checking it out.
Okay. Yeah, and he'll relay what the license plate is for the fancy vehicle.
Okay. Baldric, you'll notice it's a standard issued license plate. Are you going to cross-reference it?
Yes, I would like to see who that's registered to and see if it's anything that. Basically, I'm going to look to see who the owner is, and then if that owner is listed anywhere in relation to the people that we're looking into.
Okay. You go through the logs of it, and you notice it is a realtor that actually works in the area, selling and buying, or selling properties, basically. And the phone number actually links up to several of the locations that you've passed by, including the one that says for lease right next to you.
Oh, Nash, if you could remain near that vehicle, this is a person of interest for us.
You want me to just hover around this unattended, nice vehicle in a rougher neighborhood?
Keep an eye, and if the person seems like they're going to leave before we get there, hold them up. Not in a criminal fashion, more in the delay their departure.
You realize that to most people I'm very imposing, right?
Well, unfortunately, you're the only one there.
Yes. People cross the street to avoid walking around me at night.
It should make it pretty easy to keep the vehicle empty.
Oh,
Just
buddy.
grab a stick and start poking stuff, like you're blind. They'll be less intimidated.
No.
And then, Rick's gonna report back and be like, for anybody that would like to come along, I believe we've found somebody that might be able to help us in terms of finding locations of interest, but we will need to load into the vehicle and leave now.
Boston would have been just watching Fen, not chatting too much, just seeing how everything's going.
Okay.
Granny's still ready.
Take a break, and we'll reconvene on that conversation. We'll be back soon. Thank you guys for joining us for this first half. We will be back soon.
Yay.
Bye.
Hello.
Hello.
Bye.
Hello!
One of us is playing peekaboo, and that's unfair.
We are back.
I would totally
was not introduced. We do not have a character as such.
Give it a sec.
We are back. We are. Give it a minute. Hope you all had your drinks, your foods, your stretches, your potty breaks. We're back to try and not break character. Though I must admit, this first half y'all did really good.
We'll do better at doing worse.
I will do worse.
I'd say, we will screw it up.
Oh, I know, absolutely.
And that's a promise.
Don't give us credit for things.
Yeah, I don't think anyone here can genuinely take a compliment, but will take every insult to their grave.
Hell
Yeah. So, as we're coming back, we have Baldric doing the hacking and figuring out what and where and who, why, what's going on with Danielle. Nash on foot, albeit a little bit slower, a little more traditional, finding his way to the same alley point of Danielle's disappearance. And Boston, Ramita, and Fenrana. What are y'all doing?
Talking to the police.
I'm just watching, and just it's nice to be in a crime scene that you necessarily weren't a part of, you know?
I mean, to be fair, you were most definitely a part of it, but the better part of it.
Right.
I guess Rim's just sitting on the car, just like bottle of whiskey out, just waiting for everyone to come back or note anything.
Okay. JP actually comes and approaches you, Fenrana.
Mm.
I think we have some information you might want to hear. Come with me.
All right. Yeah, they'll follow him.
He takes you to the back seat of one of their vehicles, and in there is sitting one of the people who was previously downed.
Good
willing
morning,
to give-
sunshine.
Hello. Please tell Miss Sir Fenrana.
Mix. It's
Oh, okay. Absolutely, yes. Miss Fenrana, what your the information you gave me earlier. Guy nods and like, yeah, the sheriff wanted to know what we were all being messed with and stuff, and like I was promised I could get powers, like the people you hear in the TV and the stories and the vids. So I wanted to join. I thought it was a cool club, and so when I joined, they gave me food and they fed us, and then they had us like do some chants and say some weird things, and they said it was all part of the process and whatnot. And after the first week, it was kind of disappointing because I didn't see any changes. But then I think it was a week, I don't know. Then everyone started changing, and we all started getting our powers, and they started telling us what to do with these powers. And a lot of us got the same ones, all kind of similar. Fred and Andrew and the others, they all got taught how to heal and fix up, which was cool. But I wanted to do some really cool stuff, like fly and go through walls and stuff. But nobody got any really cool powers except maybe Trixie or Danielle.
What did they get?
Trixie got something with fire. It was cool. Super cool. She could, make things light up and whatnot. And Danielle was... We didn't know what she got at first, but then she started, filling in the end of our sentences and saying things we were going to say already. And when Clyde was getting all clumsy and such, she'd catch him every time. He used to get nosebleeds all the time, falling on his face, but then she just stopped in and he wouldn't get nosebleeds anymore. What was that?
foresight. It's tiny glimpses into the future, or
Oh, sure. Yeah. Something like that. But they didn't like her ability, or they did like it. Maybe, I don't know. But she disappeared after a while, after she got her power really good. They kept asking her a bunch of questions and taking her into closed rooms and such. But Trixie, they took her away too. But yeah, that's what I told the sheriff. That when we were, you know, after a while we all got our own unique powers, and like some of us got temporary stuff. Like for a minute there, I could walk through around walls. I'd disappear and then show back up on the other side. But that dissipated really quickly. I don't know why.
because your magic is artificial.
That's a little harsh.
It's true. However, dealing with artificial magic, it's not going to be permanent.
Wait, so the healing I got, I can't do anymore?
You could
Can you heal
probably
me?
do it still.
That
But I
possible
don't-
gesture to his cut rib.
I can't guarantee you're going to keep it.
Yeah.
The way you were giving magic wasn't natural. I mean, look at me, and I'm gonna cast Mage Hand. It took me years to get to this point.
Cool. Can you show me? Can I do that?
If you chose to, for cert. It's more about finding the right teacher rather than finding the right shortcut. There is no shortcuts to magic.
If
I
you
don't
want
get it.
to learn, get somebody to teach you how to use proper magic, I'm gonna point to Father Tobias. An actually decent person that'll actually give up. He almost has a fuck or a rat's ass. Not quite sure. He's be correct
Don!
himself.
Don!
Someone who can teach you how to hone the skills and care about you as if you were his own son or kid. Doesn't matter really.
Dawn. Kid is actually looking up at you and going, "Who's Dawn?"
I said darn.
Oh darn. Oh, okay.
Darn, as in trying to go over his cursing. Darn!
He doesn't
Darn.
curse. He pauses and inhales and exhales.
Exactly. in the inhale and exhale. Darn, darn.
Okay. Thank you for your input. We'll get you to the station and we'll get you those milk and cookies. All right, cool. Deputy
Darling, really quick.
shuts the door and
Before door gets
Oh, okay.
closed. Do you remember where you came from, where they picked you up from?
you know, my memory is a little. I don't really remember much from before. Like it seems like another lifetime, you know? Kind of just I remember this place. I know that there was a time before this. I mean, I remember my, being a kid and with my parents and stuff, but it just seems so long ago.
Right. All right, well, the police officers will take care of you. If you see the people who did this to you, don't trust them. Please.
Yeah, no, they lied about a bunch of stuff, so.
A lot, unfortunately.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Sheriff shuts the door gently. 'Cause that's probably one of several of the stories that we're gonna get the next couple of days for the people that we've apprehended. We assume none of them were in part of the original development. We think all of these kids, these are all kids,
Yes.
as you may have stated before. We're gonna work with Tobias and figure out something for them, but I honestly don't know if we can get them back to their parents.
That would definitely be an interesting story to give.
Yeah.
I'm sure the soup kitchens can always use an extra worker.
Well, we're gonna be off. We'll keep you updated with the information as we come across it.
Of course, we are apparently off on our own little investigation. Again.
All right. JP takes his leave, gets in the vehicle, and starts to drive off. What do the rest of you do?
This is before we get that call from Rick, right? Like, this is...
This would be while they were doing the search, and Rick, or Rev, you are muted. No?
No, I'm here.
Oh, I did not hear you earlier. You were talking. I saw lips moving. I didn't hear anything. I was like, hey. So yeah, this would be while Rick and Nash are doing their thing.
So, Rick, did you find her? Or, like, Nash, is she found, or?
You calling him? Because
Yeah,
Rick, or Nash is not physically there. Nash is
Right.
off.
Mm-hmm. Well, Boston's still right next to Fenrana. He hasn't
Yes.
gone near where Rick is, so.
Yeah.
Started a group call.
Start a group call. Okay.
Did the group call ever end?
Yeah, because we were all linked together, talking, like, because Nash and I were talking through the search.
I guess,
Right.
yeah, never mind. So I guess the boss will unmute
So
himself.
just undeafen.
Okay. Undeafened. Okay.
Any luck? Any leads? Anything?
Nash has found himself.
In a predicament.
What does the street look like? Is there somewhat residential places here?
Not in this area, no. There's a very, very local bank, maybe a credit union. There's a few empty offices. There's one of those grocery stores that's in another language. That's probably not local. It's definitely from an area that's displaced.
It's that one Asian market that's in the middle of, like, nowhere. Like, why is this here? Like, I'm happy it's here because I'm hungry, but, like, why?
Asian or Hispanic or yes, Indonesian, yes, all of those. It's just that one random, like for this encounter, it's probably that one random dwarven place, or gnomish, because it's just very much not the local cuisine.
Kobold run place.
Kobold, yeah.
3 kobolds and a jacket.
You can't trust kobold cooking, man. It's out there.
It's more hygienic than goblin cooking, though.
It's that's that kind of a typical street.
Okay. What? Maybe there's a spot like this. Maybe there's not. What Nash was looking for was a stoop that he could hang out on, a set of stairs that he could sit on. Something like, he doesn't want to just pace around this vehicle. He wants a little bit of distance and somewhere, like, you know, if there's benches somewhere or a bus stop he can sit and not get on the bus.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, no, absolutely. There is a bus stop. There is also a convenience store that he could probably go to the corner and just lean against.
Start snapping his fingers.
Totally looks like a
Very
razor right now.
Yeah.
There's
A switch
probably
comb.
several benches that you can sit on. It's an area that looks like in its prime it was a nice little local shopping area, but it's now very much run down. Areas where there could have been a whole bunch of flowers and bushes, but now it's either dirt or weeded.
Are there? Okay, weird question. He's gonna take a quick jaunt into the convenience store. You know how sometimes at convenience stores they have like pamphlets or like little local eats or things like that. Are there a bunch of those that he can grab?
Not this one.
I thought you were gonna ask, like, do they have like those little like comic books of like those New York funny, like the Sunny Funnies that he's just looking at, just like reading like something of Archie.
His next thought would be magazines or something like that. He's looking for something printed, if it's there.
Okay. You can find. Let's see what is.
Just gonna rent an iPad and cut holes in it so I can look through it.
Not the plan. Not. I would
Yet.
like to state officially, not the plan.
What you do find,
Because I called it out.
no, is one of these a pamphlet, not quite pamphlet. It's more like a mini crossword / word search thing. It has ads all around the border of it, and it's like a menu fold up kind of thing, and it definitely has that that you can look at it and read it, and there's local ads for the local community, and it's free. It's just has a free on the up the corner.
He's gonna buy
About palm size.
probably about 10 of those.
You mean grab?
Yeah, if they're free, he'll grab them. But
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't know if
absolutely, they're
were-
free.
Yeah.
No, it has free up in the left hand corner, as well as advertise here and call this number and just what are those things.
Cool. And he's gonna sit on a bench, sort of looking through it, but with the stack next to him. He's not like using it to watch, but it's a prop for the next bit.
After the third or fourth one, you see that there's also like a little magazine that's the equivalent of like an Avon booklet.
Avon booklet, which
It's got all kinds of things, everything from like children's toys to sunscreen and makeup. It's one of those, yeah, definitely a call this number and you can, and it's dated and it is old.
he won't be
Totally
super
nice,
interested in that. It's like I said, he's not looking for reading materials. Specifically,
It's also, but it is very convincing to pretend to be reading though.
That's not his goal with this. So,
Yeah, okay. What is your goal with this?
This is a cover. Just in case he has to slow down this person.
A non-criminal way of detaining him.
Okay.
Yep.
How
Are you trying to be a
so?
salesperson?
I mean, we'll find out if it.
Oh my god.
I thought you were gonna ask, hey, like I'm lost and I was trying to figure this out and I can't figure out this word. Could you help me? And like just stall him here, thing to
No, you can come up with a stack of magazines and be like, buy some of this.
I thought that's
says
where you were
free.
going. I thought that's where you're going with it. That's why I was like the Avon booklet, but you're like, no.
Let's be honest. He was looking originally for some pamphlets to try and be like a leaflet handing out person for a cause. That was his original goal. Was like, have you heard about the ozone layer? You know, like, or your salvation awaits. And right, that's the vibe he was going for. He's had to modify that slightly.
Now he's an Avon lady.
Oh my god.
He did.
Yeah,
not pick up the
Is there a
Avon
pamphlet for essential oils? Hold on, is there a pamphlet for essential oils? Can he become an essential oils vendor?
I am avoiding
This is
him.
totally a what's that yoga pant one?
Leggings or
Oh,
jeggings?
Yeah, the
LuLaRoe.
legging one.
Oh my
LuLaRoe.
gosh.
He is totally a LuLaRoe.
Look, with Nash's thighs, he could be a spokesperson for that.
So,
So-
we're
Consider getting
find out-
into multi-level marketing.
Oh God.
Pyramid scheme,
Okay.
let's go.
Would you
Rick,
like
are
to be your own
doing
boss?
anything? Rick, are you doing anything at this point? With
So, if
Cam?
we're moving past that point, no. At this point, he's going to load up in the car and grab anybody who's going with him, and he's going to try and meet Nash there.
Okay, so you return to your own vehicle at the point that Boston and Ramita or Finrana are discussing what they the information that they received from the adolescent teen pre-adult
Mhm.
as the vehicle
Small
pulls away.
child.
The
Did you just
all
say
child.
mall child?
Small with an S.
Oh, small.
Yes.
Mall
No, this is
children.
one of the people that was knocked out.
Is it the kid that I
She's
definitely ruptured their liver? Or definitely did not. Sorry, definitely did not rupture their liver.
That was Andrew, and he gave you as much information as he was willing to give, also as much as he could give.
No,
So-
he was the one I shot in the kneecap. The one I shot in the kneecap and the one I ruined their liver are two completely different children.
I thought it was the same person. It's
Nope,
been a
two
minute.
completely different people.
Boston
Either
has,
way-
like, long-term hospitalized a pair of children.
At this point,
Why would
they're
you do
probably
such a thing?
16, so like, borderline.
One stabbed me and one did. They both did try to murder him, to be fair.
They did.
Excuses.
Baldric, you tell Finrana and everyone that you're going to be going after Nash.
Yeah, so the call through was, I think we've got a lead that may be able to help us out. But this may be time sensitive, so if you would like to come, we should
Let's
head
go.
out.
I'm gonna say over the phone too, in my best Fenrana voice. Oh dear, I seem to have forgotten that I can do something.
Excuse me?
You have ventriloquist?
Perfect Fen.
Oh, what have you forgotten, Fen?
That wasn't me. Excuse me?
I just hear cackling on the other line from Granny.
You've always been able to do this.
You're a canary. Fucking hate canaries.
Fen, are you talking to yourself now?
I ain't
Look
no
at the call.
canary. I just learned that I can copy people, Boston.
Look at the caller ID.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this is very clever.
That is terrifying.
I hated that.
Okay, so everyone piles into the Rickmobile, and y'all head over to where Nash is, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Nash, after a few minutes of leafing through your pamphlets, the owner of the vehicle has not come out, or at least no one has approached the vehicle. And after a minute, you see, at least on the GPS, you'll see the vehicle is approaching you. Is there anything that you do prior to?
Not really. There's not really anything he can do at this moment. So
Okay.
Nash, how exactly are you going to distract this person without sounding like a thug?
you all are approaching. I will no longer have to do this.
Fair enough. I mean, you always could just ask him. You have a few questions because you are legally allowed to do that now.
I mean, that's a subpar distraction. Really, the better distraction would claim that the people who own the bodega have raised its rent, and we must band together at a block party to save the bodega, and then talk about how important it is to the community, and hand one of these booklets of ads found at the bodega. for very important things that you can spend your money on, and illustrate why those are really important for the bodega in the community.
At this point,
As much as I do enjoy that idea, the person that we're going to speak to is a realtor who may actually be the person who owns the bodega's building.
Even better.
That, in which case, I will pivot to how important the bodega is to the community and plead with them to lower the rent, I guess.
Nash, at this point, you notice there is somebody else looking at the vehicle. What is your passive? I forgot.
11.
11. Okay. Yeah, you see a person approaching the vehicle.
Approaching?
Yeah.
Nash will get prepared to talk about the bodega. And start moving in that. But this is the only plan that we have. All right? There's not a better plan right now.
Oh, I'm living for it.
Do it.
How do I flip things on Twitch real quick? Just for science, I'm curious.
Oh my god.
Granny loves it.
Oh, shit.
That's you, audience. It's your time to shine.
Right. So Nash will be approaching this unsuspecting person who may or may not be the owner of this car.
Okay.
A stack of pamphlets in the left hand, or stack of booklets or whatever these are in the left hand. And now there's hydrate. Thank God. Thanks, Shadow of Water.
I'm actually out. I just finished.
Not sure.
Drink
coffee
Shadow.
counts, but
I
yep.
drink a monster.
Very much hydration. Well done. Yes. I'm sorry, Benson.
It's
I have
liquid.
mystery beverage, and I have Diet Coke.
Go with the Diet Coke.
Oh my gosh.
The same great, taste as Coke with just a hint of diet.
Actually, Diet Coke is based off the formula of New Coke, which is why it tastes different.
Hey,
They
Rev,
redeemed that just in time for a commercial. That's awesome.
is your person watching?
Yeah.
Hi, person.
Would your Alexa hear you say the thing?
It might.
I'm sliding.
You want me to try it?
Yes.
Alexa,
Oh, you guys
tell
won't hear
Skylar.
it, but
That messed it all up.
Oh, no.
Because you
Yeah.
guys talked over each other. There's no way that was clear enough.
Yeah. No.
Mm-mm.
Also,
Don't
I
try
think
again, Rev.
we have to warn our viewers in case they're watching this later.
I would say, yeah. Let's not.
This is it's a keyed phrase, so other people's smart devices shouldn't do anything with it.
Oh, is it
okay.
one of the customized routines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you are worried about it, hide your device. Alexa,
Hide
tell
your
Skylar. Get it.
Ah.
So, we recently got an Echo Dot thingy, and whenever I say that, it will just tell her that she's gorgeous and that I love her.
Oh, that's
Aw.
so cute.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Yeah, how romantic. How charming.
And apparently, that means that I can hijack the TV to force her to watch our stream, and then through the stream, tell Alexa to tell her that I love her.
Aw.
All right. Yeah. Okay, boss.
Also, hi, wife. Love you.
I was about to say. So, am I stealing your wife?
Brett is the
Unfortunately-
most candy-coated sweetheart on his streams with his wife, so that is
Oh,
absolutely
that's-
not a. Anyways, so
I'm gonna say
back
this
to
right
the
now,
game.
Blood. You are on the bottom of the list of people trying to steal my wife. There was a list.
I know.
So, Nash approaches the stranger at the vehicle. What do you do?
So yeah, Nash is gonna look. Let's be honest. There's not a better plan. This was brought up way too late, and so Nash is launching into his bodega plan. He is on the Save the Bodega committee, which is a thing that he has just now made up.
Sure.
And
As one does.
yeah.
What if there actually is one? You're just gonna have to piss this guy off. It's like,
I've spoken to 4 of you already today.
Hello, good sir. Or good sir, madam, person, or automaton. I think that covers all the bases. We as a community are aware that the bodega is extremely important to a healthy community. And we would like your help in making the community better for everyone. The bodega needs your help.
Roll a passive.
roll a what?
Or no, not a passive.
Do you want
Deception?
deception or performance?
Deception. That's what I was going for. Yes, deception or performance. My
Word.
brain. Yes,
Roll a
deception or
passive.
Roll the thing you don't roll for. Got it.
Do it.
Correct.
deception or performance, please.
Just throw like all the dice down and see what happens.
What happens there?
Passive is a sleight of hand. Never mind. Go ahead. Roll, please.
It's a
Well,
12.
there are 3. Oh no.
That's a 12.
Yeah. Sure.
Too much tea.
What bodega specifically is thou wanting to save?
Did they just hit me with thou?
They hit. That's. Excuse me.
Wow.
Thou?
We're in a cyberpunk future and they pulled thou.
Didst thou just speak to me thusly?
Does thy mother knowest thou wearest her drapes? Like, come on, man.
Actually, that brings up a question. Does that way of speech, is that something that might key up a bit of information about this person, right? Like, I mean, classically, like, that's, you know, King James-esque type stuff. Does that mean they're a super religious person, or does that key up something that might help him with this encounter? Because right now he knows nothing.
Right. Okay. So as you approach this individual, you notice they are semi-short in stature, short humanoid, with an 11. I'm assuming you're not paying attention to race, so you're not aware of dwarfism or elfism or sylvan, whatever.
I mean, it's a 12.
I mean, to be fair, if you're looking at a person, they're short, they have a long beard, and they have like. I think there's a distinct.
He's not noticing that there's like pointy ears, or if there's like really rotust hands or anything. You see an average-looking human being, male, short hair, in some like a t-shirt and jeans attire, and they're looking at you like very, very confused. They're also a little twitchy.
So like I said, I was what I was getting at with that was the thou itself. Is that a speech pattern that I might like recognize, right? Like an accent or
It is just as weird as it sounds to you and me.
Okay. I was like, I'm not sure if it's one of those things where like, oh, you're from the South because every drink is Coke. You know, like what is it may have been that.
He holds up his coat.
You brought up the Coke conversation.
Coke, please sponsor us. We need money.
Coke soda pop.
Specifically diet.
I mean, I'll go for hard.
You notice with
Refreshing.
with a little like analyzation and the fact that this thou threw you off so much. This person looks just as uncomfortable as you feel.
Perfect. That's my target audience.
And
I can tell that you are also very worried about the bodega. And let me tell you, it is in fact my favorite place to get a nice, refreshing cold Coke.
Please sponsor us.
And
Oh, no.
if we do not band together as a community, it will go under. And that would be a very big shame. And so what I am asking of you is, one, to understand the socioeconomics of the bodega, in which I will start with the land prices are going up.
Austin is
this
laughing his
point,
ass off.
Nash.
I can hear him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
At this point, the vehicle, Rick, you pull up and
Not
Are
subtly
you-
either. Like, we hear Nash talking, so Rick's like, oh, the guy must be there. So, like, tires screeching, drifting into the alley to, like, box them in.
this isn't an alley. Nash
Oh,
followed.
no.
Nash went
This is
into
just
an alley.
in the street.
And then, yeah, this is in the middle of a street because this is where the alley came out.
We're gonna
Where
fuck
Nash.
up the bodega.
These
So
are the
you-
types of ruffians that we are trying to prevent from the bodega.
So Baldric comes rearing down the street, and also the door to the office that you were in front of, next to between the vehicle, opens up, and this well-dressed female in this suit attire with a coffee in hand and comes and looks at the two of you and goes, "What are you doing in front of my car?"
Yes.
Whereas
I
the
see
person
that you
in front of
really
you-
like the bodega coffee as well. It is one of my favorite morning treats.
At which this point, the kid who you were just talking to and very bewildered just looks at the person in the suit, looks at you, and then just scatters and runs in the opposite direction.
Thank you for your consideration.
Fen is
before
running to get
saving-
him. Fen is running to get him. Fen is running to get him.
Austin
knows
is
how to run.
laughing his ass off.
Fen does know how to run.
He is just laughing.
Granny's just like, yeah!
He's got the window down because he's getting everything parked. And is like clearly looking past the woman and at the kid that's running and is screaming the woman's name from the car registration. Stop! Stop! We need to speak to you!
Austin is laughing and stepping out of the car, lighting a cigarette as he's just cackling.
Oh my gosh.
This is my street team for the Save the Bodega committee. And
We're done. We're done.
Nash, you're fine. You're fine. Ma'am, might I borrow you for a moment? And he's gonna show his cowboy badge, or whatever you want to call it.
He's like,
yes, Bodega Sheriff.
sir? What's going on?
Do you have any cameras in this area that might have seen a young woman run by here about 10-15 minutes ago? It'll just
I
be a
don't-
quick minute. The one
I'm not aware of any any cameras of the area, just the security ones that the officers put up, but they don't always function correctly. I would know.
Tell us about it.
Did you see anyone run by here, anything like that?
Not in the last minute. I was inside.
Is this your vehicle? Are you person's name?
Yes, this is my vehicle.
Carrie Fisher.
Oh God, no.
What's wrong with
Come on.
Carrie Fisher?
Somebody with 10,000, cash it in right now.
Can we pull it? Can we pull it?
No, you can't pull it.
Aw.
1 second, let's see if I
Um,
have it.
Do it. Do
I
it.
do
Oh my
Do
God.
I
Nothing against Carrie Fisher, but it's just.
do not.
May she rest in peace.
Yes. I just don't know if I could play a character that's named after her. That's just kind of
You know what?
intimidating.
That is fair.
That's valid.
Very valid.
Chad is trying to help us.
Thanks, chat.
Chat, please.
No.
Find it within your hearts to donate today.
If you don't have the points, give us bits.
Please.
Give us bits instead.
God.
Help us to save the bodega using communication.
Oh, God. And with that, that is tonight's episode. Thank you so much.
Is that really?
It's 10.
Yeah.
Tony, why? Tony, why did you do this to us?
The bodega. Finish chasing some random child.
Yes.
He's
Franny is
probably just
cheering
some
Ben
random
on.
like car thief, carjack.
Probably, but they were messing with the car that we potentially wanted to mess with. So now they have to talk to us. And not about the bodega.
Oh, thank you all so much for tonight. This has been a pleasure. Obviously, we did break character quite a bit. Thank you
What are
all
you talking
for
about?
coming.
We're still on the bodega, man.
Yeah, sure. All about the bodega. Let us wrap up tonight by getting to know what the characters are feeling going through and what every individual's socials are, so you can find them on other platforms if you enjoyed the content tonight. Thank you so much. Let's start with Darkness.
Darkness is the unsociable one who doesn't go on anything. But yeah, I really don't go on anything. Rim is laughing her ass off watching Fen run after this child that was just trying to steal something, and super freaking excited for when they catch him because she thinks it's going to be even funnier.
God damn it.
And yeah, Fen's ready. Or not Fen, Rim. Words.
Rev, your turn.
Yeah, so, Rick is, he's, like, raring to go for this interrogation, and is shocked to find out that it wasn't the person that we were speaking to, or that Nash was speaking to. And I was like, oh, okay, well, this person then. But, like, still, like, mid-drift with the car coming into, like, box in the other one, like, just fast and furious. So, yeah, it's gonna be great.
And
Oh, and if you're looking for any more Bodega Committee content, you can find me as Sanguine Rev or Reverend Sanguine on TikTok, whichever one of the two it is. I don't know my name.
What are you? Who are you? Why are you in my house?
He's somebody.
enigma.
Who knows what?
let's get over to Bloodlust King.
Hi guys. Fen is just chasing a child currently because they booked it as soon as we came in, which is suspicious. But also, we did come squealing in.
We came
After-
in. What?
Like, oh, we came in.
Also, they said that. They said thou. They said thou. So, like, questions need to be asked.
Could we hear their end of the conversation?
It would have
hope
to be
so.
a contestant check against, like, how close Nash is to the other person and whether or not they were keyed into, kind of like a how
Passive
much
perception
of
is 18.
18 or
Imagine-
above. 18 or above would definitely have heard the thou.
I totally
Questions.
see Nash as the type of person that stands too close when like talking to people, just because he's like awkward and doesn't know how to communicate.
That
So
and he
talking
probably knows
excessively
things.
loud.
There is Nash stands outside of arm length, and it is a habit.
Okay,
For the record,
because people are
Stop.
afraid.
Oh my gosh.
I could see him doing the absolute opposite when he knows that he's recording the conversation and just get a little too close up into the mic, and it's supposed to be hidden, covert, but you know exactly.
Oh, here, talking to my caller.
Yes, like that.
So, drugs. You like them? You want them? You got any?
Casually just messing with the mic the entire time.
Hello, fellow teenagers. It is I, one of you.
Bloodlust, would you like to tell us a little bit about your socials, or if you have any more comments for Fenrada's mind chasing?
Yeah, don't mind the barking dog that y'all probably don't hear unless I'm talking, but I am Bloodless King. I'm a VTuber here on Twitch whenever I actually have a camera. Give me a sec. It's on the way. And otherwise, I'm on Twitter and TikTok.
Nice.
Oh my god, my dog is being a menace.
Tony, you're next.
Hi, I'm Tony. You can find me for more bodega saving content at Tony Will Edit on TikTok. I also post Dungeons and Dragons stuff there, and I'm getting into more just general tabletop, to be honest with you. Yeah, and other shenanigans will abound. Nash is, honestly, that plan worked. Despite the fact that everyone is gonna make fun of him for it, it was 100% effective.
I hate to distract the owner of the vehicle.
The worst part is, it's completely, he's 100% correct.
And he did not get the cops called on him for it.
True.
It was touch and go there for a bit when the party squealed up and started trying to arrest people. So,
whoever counts at that point, it's fine.
But yeah,
That's. I assume that's what's going through Fenn's mind. This is fine. I'm just chasing a child. This is fine. This is fine.
Right. Yeah, I'm not allowed to injure children, but you can chase them down the street.
I'm not gonna injure him. I'm just gonna tackle him. Potentially put a spell on him.
You've never tackled somebody?
How intimidating
Shush.
is Ben running down the
Ben
street?
is
Like, it's
not.
not like it's Nash, or it's not like it's freaking Baldric.
yeah,
Like,
Rick would be the one.
those two would be terrifying chasing after you.
Rick is fast and made of metal. That's gonna hurt.
Oh, if you're scared,
It's just the T-1000 from Terminator 2.
If you're scared of your middle school English teacher, it might be a little scary. Brett, please.
Hi, I'm Brett, or just Brett, with 3 T's, because apparently I'm greedy. Boston is trying his best to keep a straight face when talking to this woman. He's surprised that Nash didn't ask the owner of the bodega if he had seen the girl go by or anything like that. But I wasn't gonna say anything because that would have just broken this wonderful thing that happened. It will be brought up though afterwards with drinks and comments will be made. Probably from the bodegas where we're gonna be getting our alcohol because why not? But
It's now a central part of this campaign. It's never going to be
this
forgotten.
bodega will become our Gilmore's Glorious Goods.
I feel like someone has to rewatch
Where are we
that
going for
episode to
dinner?
see how many
The bodega.
times I say bodega.
Also, it has to be generic too. We can never know the shop's actual name.
Nope.
It's just that one bodega.
Or it's just called bodega.
We'll just go to the
gonna be our-
bodega. It's the bodega.
The
Period.
bodacious
The bodega.
But I'm
We'll
just
meet at the
Brett.
bodega.
I stream on Twitch every day. Sometimes once, sometimes twice, depending if I'm feeling naughty or nice. I also do YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Strokes apparently. Hang on. But that's all for me.
Awesome.
Why?
What? Why? Huh?
What?
Thank you so much, everyone, both players and audience. Thank you for a fabulous night. I hope to see you next week, and we have more crazy outings and figure out what actually happened tonight, since we have so many people involved in this. Thank you all so much. Have a great night, and we'll see you next Wednesday.